This is Shellshock 2. It's without question one of the worst games I've ever played. But I also kinda love it. Like a stray dog that bites you and then pukes on your carpet, and for some reason you call him Gerald and give him a key to your house. Section 1. This should have been genius. When you think about it, this game had an amazing premise. The Vietnam War is already scary on its own. You've got guerrilla warfare, jungle paranoia, no clear enemy. Now throw in a zombie outbreak. That's not just a game, that's Call of Duty Zombies with a head injury, which should be absolutely incredible. My grandpa actually served in Vietnam and I only ever got him to talk about it once, and the way he explained it was it sounded like a real-life horror movie. So when I first seen Shellshock 2, I thought to myself, oh man, this game's gonna be intense. Turns out it's only intense in the way that Taco Bell is intense at 3 in the morning. You regret it, but at the same time, you kinda have a little bit of respect for it. Section 2. This game feels like emotional herpes. You ever watched a game trailer and think, that don't look too bad. And then you play it for 5 minutes and feel your soul physically shrink. Shellshock 2 feels like emotional herpes. It flares up randomly, it's hard to explain to your friends, and it's somehow your fault even though you barely touched the thing. Also, there are quick time events and some levels use them way too often. I don't mind a juicy QTE every now and again, but 2 or 3 within a 5-minute section of a level is a bit much. Section 3 is a little game show I like to call Guess That Button. It's time once again for Guess That Button PS3 edition. Part of the show where we pause everything to pound home how absolutely stupid these controls are. Alright, first up we have the X button. Want to take any guesses of what that button could actually represent? Could it be jump? Or could it be the action button? Well, the correct answer is neither, because those options would actually make sense. In this game, the X button actually turns on your flashlight. How do you feel now? You feel pretty stupid, don't you? And next up, we have the L1 button. Well, what possibly could this button represent in Shellshock 2? Could it be aim down the sights, grenade throw, or if you grew up in the 90s, a way to cycle through your inventory? Well, each one of these lovely answers all have one thing in common. They're all wrong. Because L1 in this game is meant for sprinting. Kind of. Because if you mash the L1 button like a madman and sacrifice a goat, your character might actually stumble forward like he forgot how to walk. Well, it looks like that's all the time that we have. Tune in next time for more Guess That Button. Good night, everybody. It's also worth mentioning before we move on to the next section that the motion controls on PlayStation 3 do not work. Now, I will give the devs a little credit because they had the decency to let you switch the Sixaxis motion controls off, which is good because like I said, they don't work. Not even with an original Sony PS3 controller. Trying to shake off enemies with this thing feels like trying to butter toast with a shoehorn. Section 4, Story. What story? The story to this game is so non-existent that I thought I accidentally skipped a bunch of cutscenes. They'll introduce a character like this lady who's just been through Hades and then by the end of the level she's just gone. Vanished, like Blockbuster or a good Sonic game. And the pacing? Y'all, this is a zombie game. A stupid freaking zombie game! So tell me why I have to play through 3 levels of Jungle Fart Patrol before I get to kill a single zombie. Section 5. It's not even that old. At first glance, the graphics look alright. You think, this isn't terrible for an early PS3 game. But that's the twist. It's not early PS3. Shellshock 2 came out in 2009, halfway through the PS3's life. You know what else came out in 2009? All of these masterpieces. Meanwhile, this game looks like it was deep fried in some type of gas station microwave by a dude named Earl who thinks Mountain Dew is some sort of vegetable. And something's crawling on me. And I'll be honest, I like this game, not because it's good, but because it takes me back. This was one of the first horror-ish games that I ever played. I wasn't allowed to play games past 9 o'clock, so what I would do is I would sneak out of bed, flip on the closet light so my mom couldn't see the screen flicker from around the door, get a pair of jeans, roll them up and shove them under the door crack, and then blast a box fan to cover up any type of button noise. I felt like some sort of mastermind. And I'd stay up playing Shellshock into the wee hours of the morning, scared out of my mind, because up until that point, the scariest thing I'd ever seen was the live-action Scooby-Doo movie. Section 7, there's something there. And every now and again, the game almost hits, like a random jump scare or a part where the light kind of flickers and you feel your stomach start to drop a little bit. And just for a second, you're like, this game is almost good. But it never lasts. The last section, a beautiful mess. I don't know why I love this game, but I do. It's broken, it's dumb, it's storyless, meaningless, soulless, worthless, pointless. But it's also gritty, weird, and occasionally fun. And once you get past level 3, it turns into the zombie-infested Vietnam booby traps, broken AI, infected soldier madness that somehow works for me. Look, this game is trash, but it's my trash. And if I'm being 100% real, this ain't the first time I've loved something broken. Games like this, they don't try to be perfect. They just exist, loud, dumb, janky, and unforgettable. Shellshock 2 is a mess, but it made me feel something, which is more than I can say about a lot of the games that come out now. And this isn't even the first time that this has happened. I've got an entire list of games that I thought were just pure masterpieces as a kid, but it turns out they were trash. I made an entire video about it actually. It's called No One Told Me My Favorite Game Was Trash. Click here if you love a bad game with your whole heart. Gerald the